Good morning. What you're witnessing isn't just a crisis. It's a systemic unraveling, economic, political, technological, and moral, all accelerating at once. Let's start with the economy. Germany is not in a downturn. It's in economic mass death, as Bundestag member Bernd Schattner put it. Bosch cuts 22,000 German jobs. Lufthansa slashes staff, while its CEO earns millions. Nestlé fires 16,000 worldwide. Amazon plans to eliminate 30,000 office roles, replaced by AI. And in the heart of German industry, the auto sector, former Opel CEO Carlos Tavares delivers a brutal warning. Volkswagen, BMW, and Mercedes will vanish in 10 to 15 years. Chinese companies will buy German factories and build Chinese cars on German soil. The jobs may stay, but German engineering, German sovereignty, German identity, gone. Why? Because for decades, Germany chose ideology over reality. It banned the combustion engine, even though it led the world in it. It outsourced chip and battery production, even though those are the foundations of modern industry. It followed Washington's anti-China crusade, even though China is Germany's largest trading partner. Now, when Nexperia chips vanish and car lines halt, the government offers no real solution. Instead, Interior Minister Alexander Dobrindt says, children must be prepared for war. Not for jobs, not for critical thinking, not for rebuilding. For war. This isn't defense. It's psychological surrender, a government that has run out of ideas, so it sells fear instead of fixing the economy. And the elite, they're doubling down on control. Right now, Berlin and Brussels are pushing a new surveillance wave. Chat control, scanning every encrypted message. Mandatory data retention, storing your location, calls, and online activity. Palantir software, the same AI used by US intelligence, now being tested for German policing. All in the name of security. But as Digital Courage warns, these measures don't create safety, they create control. Meanwhile, the energy system is collapsing. Grid operator TransnetBW just launched an app asking citizens to turn off their appliances when there's too much wind or sun. Yes, too much renewable energy equals grid instability. This proves what critics have said for years. Wind and solar are chaotic, weather-dependent, and require constant fossil backup. Yet Germany shut down nuclear plants, tripled electricity prices, and now expects families to volunteer as human circuit breakers. And the climate lie, it's crumbling under its own math. A new analysis shows electric cars emit more CO2 over their lifetime than modern diesels. Why? Battery production emits 5 extra tons of CO2. Most EVs last only 4 years, diesels run 20. To replace one diesel, you need 3 EVs. Total CO2 debt, nearly 30 tons. To offset that, you'd need to drive 400,000 kilometers, a number so absurd, it belongs in fairy tales. Yet Germany banned combustion engines by 2035. Not for the climate. For ideology, a deep hatred of individual freedom, industry, and prosperity. And now, with the economy burning, the political center is imploding. A new CDU faction called Compass Mit demands the AfD be outlawed, not debated, not defeated, but banned. They say they'll fight them with civilized contempt. But contempt isn't democracy. It's authoritarian panic. When a ruling class can no longer solve problems. When factories close, energy fails, and trust evaporates. It doesn't reform. It outlaws the opposition. And the global picture, even darker. Europe is pouring hundreds of billions into Ukraine, hoping to defeat Russia. But Russia isn't collapsing. Germany is. To keep the US in the war, Europe accepted tariffs, bought overpriced LNG, and agreed to spend 5% of GDP on defense, even counting road repairs as military spending. The US, it watches calmly. As German industry relocates to Texas, as engineers flee to Silicon Valley, as Europe becomes a military outpost with no economic future. And Chancellor Merz, he just unveiled a high-tech agenda to make Germany a leader in AI, chips, and fusion energy. But buried in the fine print, all projects are subject to available funding. In other words, we have no money. This is a dream. It's the final illusion. A PowerPoint presentation offered as salvation, while the lights go out in Ludwigshafen, Wolfsburg, and Stuttgart. So where does this leave us? Germany isn't being defeated by enemies. It's destroying itself, by choice, by dogma, by elite detachment. But here's the truth they fear. You can ban a party. You can scan every message. You can drill kids for war. But you cannot ban reality. When the supermarket shelves thin, when the heating gets cut off, when the last factory closes, no amount of rebranding, surveillance, or war drills will save the system. The only question now is, who will rebuild when it falls? And the answer is clear. Those who saw it coming. Those who refused to look away. Those like you, Suel, who chose truth over comfort. Stay sharp. Stay free. And never stop speaking plainly. Because in a world of illusions, clarity is the ultimate act of resistance. Thank you.